The noodle shop I run offers unlimited free refills. I originally did this to give poor folks a filling meal, but one day a woman came in with 8 kids and only ordered 1 bowl of noodles, but ended up asking for 24 refills total. I tried to talk to her nicely, but she pulled out her phone and filmed me. She not only called me a greedy, shady shop owner, but also riled up netizens to cyberbully me. Later, a bunch of thugs blocked my shop entrance and stopped other customers from coming in. I walked up to reason with them, but they beat me to death on the spot. When I opened my eyes again, I was back to the day that woman walked in with 8 kids. This time, I went up to greet her with a smile. "Boss, give me the cheapest bowl of plain noodles." The woman wore worn clothes faded from repeated washes, followed by 8 skinny, bony kids. Standing arrogantly at the door, the woman leading them is Xiang Qingqing. She has an account called Mom of 8 on short video platforms, trying to make a living in the city. Looking at her all too familiar face, the memory of me being beaten to death flashed in my head. She's the one who killed me in my past life. My noodle shop is located in the old town. There are lots of cash-strapped people around here, including manual laborers and lonely elderly folks, to let them eat a full meal with the least money. I set a rule, 10 yuan for 1 bowl of plain noodles, with unlimited free refills. 1 year after opening the shop, I make a small profit, but more importantly, I gained the kindness and respect of neighbors, until Xiang Qingqing showed up. In my past life, she ordered 1 bowl of noodles with 8 kids, and asked for as many as 24 refills. We even changed the soup 5 times. This is a small shop with very thin profit margins. The unlimited refill rule is for people truly in need. Her face immediately turned sour. She pulled out her phone and filmed me. "Come on, everyone, look at this. This greedy noodle shop. Their sign says unlimited refills. My kids ate a few extra bowls, and he's giving me attitude now. He thinks he can bully me just because I have kids, huh? Aren't poor people people too? Do we deserve to be humiliated by a capitalist like you?" She cried and screamed hysterically. The 8 kids also started crying on cue. The video was posted online. Overnight, I became the evil shop owner the whole internet was bashing. My shop got hundreds of malicious bad reviews. My phone was blowing up nonstop. All calls were just people insulting me. The next day, a bunch of thugs stormed into my shop. Each of them ordered a bowl of noodles and sat there all day long, chasing away every other customer. I called the cops, and when they arrived, the thugs laid low. As soon as the cops left, they went right back to causing trouble. I couldn't take it anymore. I walked up to argue with them. They pushed me to the ground and started punching and kicking me until I lost consciousness completely. The last thing I heard was their mocking laughter. "Some lousy noodle shop owner. Dare to mess with our influencer? You're asking for death." Turns out Xiang Qingqing is an influencer. Everything was a carefully planned scam she made for views and online popularity. I was just the innocent scapegoat she used to gain clout. When I opened my eyes again, I was back to the day she walked into my shop, looking at the skinny kids behind her. Since I got a second chance at life, I'm gonna make this lowlife lose all her reputation completely. I forced myself to greet her warmly. "Welcome. Come right in, please. Take a seat with the kids." My warm attitude clearly caught Xiang Qingqing off guard. She probably had a million scripts ready where I reject her, so she could play the victim and get as many views as possible. She just never expected me to greet her with a smile. "Boss?" "Yep." "Oh, come on now. I run a business here. Why would I ever turn a customer away?" I cut her off right away, then quickly put together a big table for them and poured 7 cups of hot tea. "You kids must be starving, right? Have some water first to warm your stomachs." The wariness in Xiang Qingqing's eyes slowly faded and was replaced by greed. She probably thought I was just a dumb soft touch. She cleared her throat and started following her planned script. "Boss, we don't have much money. Just 1 bowl of plain noodles, please." I took the money with a smile. "Got it, 1 bowl of plain noodles coming right up." Then turned around and walked into the kitchen. I didn't boil the noodles right away. Instead, I went to the back office to adjust the surveillance. Camera's angle first, to make sure it clearly captures Xiang Qingqing's table. Then I went to cook the noodles. Soon, I brought out a steaming hot bowl of plain noodles to their table. "Here, the noodles are here. Eat while they're hot." Xiang Qingqing picked up her chopsticks right away, under the longing gazes of the kids, devoured the whole bowl of noodles. "Hey boss, thin noodles please." Xiang Qingqing licked her lips and yelled like it was the most natural thing in the world. "Got it." I didn't hesitate at all and refilled a bowl right away. Soon came the 2nd, 3rd, 4th bowl. I kept smiling the whole time, worked quickly and efficiently, and provided thoughtful service. Xiang Qingqing got bolder and bolder, and her voice ordering refills got louder and louder. She even turned on her phone. and kept posing for photos nonstop. Watching her actions, I couldn't help sneering. This woman is so damn scheming and so freaking shameless. She's definitely waiting for me to run out of patience, then say something to remind her, or kick her out. Then she can make a scene like she's in the right, and put on a show of being humiliated by a greedy shop owner. Too bad for her, I'm not giving her that chance this time. Other customers in the shop also noticed what was going on over here, and started whispering among themselves. A regular sanitation worker, Uncle couldn't help saying to me, "Boss Shen, what are you doing?" I smiled at him, shook my head, signaling him not to worry. I just want Xiang Qingqing to put on her full show. The harder she performs, the happier I am. When we got to the 19th bowl, Xiang Qingqing finally couldn't hold it anymore. She saw I never fell for her trap, so she decided to take the initiative. She cleared her throat, faced the phone camera, and used a wronged but tough tone to say, "Fam, look at this. The boss is such a nice guy. We've eaten so much, and he hasn't complained once. Unlike those greedy shop owners you see online, us poor people meeting such a good person is so lucky." She's setting the stage here. First, she hypes me up super high. If I show any dissatisfaction later, this contrast will make her video super dramatic, and it will rile up netizens even more. That's a real low blow. She knows exactly how this works. I sneered in my head, but kept a friendly smile on my face. "Oh, come on, sis. I opened this shop so that everyone can have a hot meal. As long as this shop is open, you'll definitely get enough to eat here." My frank words got cheers from all the surrounding customers. A flash of barely noticeable anger crossed Xiang Qingqing's face. She wanted me to get angry, not gain a good reputation here. She rolled her eyes and came up with another trick. "Boss, you're so nice, but the noodles don't really fill you up, you know. Since you're such a good guy, why not go all the way? Add some meat sauce for us too." Yep. Yangchun noodles are plain vegetarian noodles. Noodles with meat sauce cost 25 yen a bowl. This is straight up pushing her luck. In my past life, this is where I turned her down, and that's when she started throwing a fit. This time, I still nodded with a smile. I turned around and went into the kitchen, scooped a big spoonful of fragrant meat sauce, poured it evenly over the refilled bowl of noodles, helped the kids get some nutrition. Xiang Qingqing was completely stunned. All the lines she'd prepared got stuck in her throat. She couldn't understand why this boss was acting like a total fool, letting her take whatever she wanted. The surrounding customers' looks towards me had changed from sympathy to admiration. Boss Shen has a heart of gold. Yeah, there aren't many good people like this these days. Xiang Qingqing listened to the people around her talking, her face turning green then pale. What she wanted was views, and netizens bashing me left and right, not sing my praises to everyone. When that trick didn't work, she had no choice but to force herself to keep eating. 20th bowl, 25th bowl, 30th bowl, we kept refilling till we hit 30 bowls. The several kids were already slumping in their chairs from eating too much, their faces green from being so stuffed. Xiang Qingqing's belly was also round and bloated. She couldn't take another bite, but her expression didn't look happy, even though she got all these noodles for nothing. Because the whole scheme she planned today failed miserably, she glared at me fiercely, like I was her father's murderer. She mumbled a quick thank you, fled in a panic with her 8 kids. Xiang Qingqing, the fun's just getting started. After Xiang Qingqing left, the shop went back to being quiet. The elderly sanitation worker leaned over and said to me worriedly, "Just one look at that family, and you can tell they're here to freeload. You can't spoil them like this." I refilled his bowl with hot soup and smiled. "Don't worry, Uncle Wang. I know what I'm doing." After seeing off all the customers, I locked up the shop, then saved and backed up the surveillance footage. But this alone isn't enough to take down Xiang Qingqing and the company behind her. In my past life, they cyberbullied an ordinary guy like me to death. That shows how powerful they are. I need a more powerful weapon, a bomb that can ruin them completely. I opened Xiang Qingqing's short video account. Mom of 8 struggling in the city. There are hundreds of videos on the account. The content is pretty much the same. Almost all of them show her with her 8 kids, in all kinds of cheap rental apartments, eating the most basic meals, paired with sad music and captions. Then they put ads and product links in the middle of the video. Looks like the persona the company gave her is a great single mom abandoned by her husband, raising 8 kids alone in the city, and struggling to make ends meet. The comment section is full of "You go, girl. Motherly love is so great." This made me cry, and other words of sympathy and encouragement. Once in a while, a few people question her, why she doesn't give the kids away, or question how she could have 8 kids. Those comments get attacked by her fans until they delete the comment. With this poverty porn persona, she's gained almost 1 million followers. I sneered and clicked on her latest video. It was posted half an hour ago. The video was exactly the scene of them eating noodles at my shop, except it was heavily edited by her. In the video, she and the kids are eating happily, and I'm smiling while serving them the whole time, granting every request. The background music is warm and touching. The title is There's Warmth in the City Too. Met an amazing noodle shop owner. 10 yuan fed my 8 kids and me full. Below this grateful video, my noodle shop's address was pinned at the top. The comment section was full of praise. The owner is handsome and kind. We have to go support him. Save the address. I'll go check it out tomorrow. Good people deserve good rewards. This is real positive energy. Thumbs up for the owner. Sun King Ching's trick is called setting someone up for a fall. Now that this video is posted, tons of people will definitely come to my shop to expose me once there's too many people. If my service is even a little bit off, or I can't meet everyone's request for unlimited noodle refills due to cost issues, conflict will break out. Then she'll come out and accuse me of losing my original values, of getting carried away by traffic. All the blame will be thrown on me, and she'll get even more traffic and exposure, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I stared at my phone, just thinking about what she'll do next. Made me shake with anger. I have to fight back. I closed the video and pulled up the police phone number, but I thought about it and hung up. Calling the police won't help. She didn't break the law. This is a moral issue. The police can't do anything about it. I suddenly came up with an idea. If the law can't punish people like her, why don't I fight fire with fire? The next day, Xiang Qingqing's video blew up as expected. My little noodle shop became an internet celebrity check-in spot overnight. Sure enough, at 8 a.m., I just pulled up the rolling shutter door when the doorway was already packed full of people. So many phone cameras were almost shoved right in my face. Are you the owner? The amazing owner who sells 10 yuan all-you-can-eat noodles. We saw Mom of 8's video. We came here specially. Owner, you're such a good guy. Owner, get us a bowl of plain noodles too. We want to see if the refills are really unlimited. The crowd was noisy. Some came to genuinely support me. Some came to watch the fun. But most of them had greed and calculation in their eyes. They held up their phones, streaming live, with nearly identical titles. Testing the viral noodle shop. Gonna teach the owner a lesson today. I was already prepared for this. I put on the same smile I had yesterday. Welcome, everyone. Don't push. One by one, please. We've got seats inside the shop. I promise everyone will get their food and get to eat their fill. Boss, 1 plain noodle soup. Boss, noodle refill, please. Hurry up, boss. I've already been waiting for 5 minutes. Urging shouts came one after another. I was running back and forth between the kitchen and dining area alone. My back was completely soaked with sweat. Cooking noodles, scooping noodles, refilling bowls, adding broth. I repeated these actions mechanically over and over. I felt like my arms were going to fall off. A young streamer with bleached yellow hair was live streaming on his phone, while yelling loudly to his audience. Guys, we've already gotten 10 refills. The boss is slowing down, can't keep up. Is he too cheap to honor his own promotion? Yeah, that's so lame, boss. Yesterday, Mom of 8 brought 8 kids and got 30 refills. We've only had a few, and you're already annoyed. I carried the bowl of noodles and walked over, still wearing a smile. Hey, buddy. I'm really sorry about this. We have way more customers than usual today. Thanks for waiting so long. Here's your noodle order. I set the big full bowl of noodles in front of him. He froze for a second. He obviously didn't expect I wouldn't get mad, and would be this polite instead. He could only awkwardly pick up his chopsticks, as fans in the live chat mocked with comments like lame, and if you can't finish it, don't waste food. He forced the noodles into his mouth. I served over 300 customers the entire day. I gave out more than 1,000 noodle refills. I saw off the last customer at 10 p.m. I collapsed right into a chair. I felt completely drained. All the ingredients in the shop were almost used up. After subtracting costs from the day's revenue, I lost almost 8,000 yuan. Uncle Wang came again right before closing time. He didn't come to eat. He just silently helped me clean up the mess on the tables. Boss Shen, why are you torturing yourself like this? If you keep going on like this, your shop will be run into the ground soon. I shook my head. I took an envelope out of the drawer and handed it to him. Uncle Wang, this is the money I made these days. Do me a favor, please? After sunrise tomorrow, take this to the west side of the city and donate it to the orphanage there for me. There's gotta be tens of thousands of yuan in here, right? Didn't you lose money today? Do you not care about running your business anymore? I smiled a little. It's okay, Uncle Wang. What I'm doing is giving back to society. No matter how hard they give me a hard time, I can't forget my original goal. Uncle Wang looked at me, with a complicated look in his eyes. In the end, he just let out a long sigh. He carefully put the envelope away. After I saw Uncle Wang off, I locked the shop door, took out my laptop, and started editing the full day's security camera footage, the ugly attitudes of those streamers, the greed of those people taking advantage of the offer, the shots of me running around nonstop working, and the part where I handed a thick stack of cash to Uncle Wang, asked him to donate it, plus all the things I said. I edited all of these clips together. Did you really think I'd stupidly pour my heart out to an old man who often comes to eat noodles, but is basically a total stranger to me, and even give him tens of thousands of yuan? How could that ever happen? After I finished editing the video, I opened another short video platform. I found a 10 million follower influencer named Lao Ji, who's famous for calling out scams and shady practices. I sent him my whole story and all, the video evidence I had collected, after I saw his reply where he angrily condemned what happened and said he would speak up for me the next day. I finally laid on the table and fell asleep. My dreams were really sweet, because once Lao Ji takes action tomorrow, the iron hammer that will nail Xiang Qingqing permanently to the pillar of shame will be ready. I opened the shop as usual the next day. There was still a huge crowd outside the door. With the experience I got from yesterday, I prepared 3 times the usual amount of ingredients in advance. I even hired 2 part-time aunties last minute to help out, facing the huge flood of customers. I handled everything with ease. No matter how unreasonable the customers' requests were, no matter how many noodle refills they asked for, I greeted everyone with a smile and provided thoughtful service. The streamers who came to pick a fight, faced with my flawless service, couldn't find any point to attack me at all. They could only eat their noodles awkwardly, then leave dejectedly with their tails between their legs. 2 p.m. The number of customers in the shop thinned out a little. Xiang Qingqing came again. This time she didn't come alone. She was followed by several men carrying cameras. Looks like they were sent by the MCN company backing her. She had on delicate makeup today and changed into a decent outfit. She was also holding a silk banner in her hand. Boss Shen, we meet again. Xiang Qingqing walked into the shop beaming with joy. She shoved a silk banner that reads, "True kindness exists among people." This noodle shop warms hearts right into my hands. The cameras behind her immediately pointed at us. She's here to put on another act. Boss Shen, I'm here today specifically to thank you. Ever since my video went viral, your business has gotten better, right? She spoke really loudly, so everyone in the shop heard her. Look, now the whole internet knows you're a good guy. Your shop has even become an internet-famous spot. If you think about it, you should even thank me. There was a hidden meaning in her words. She was implying I used her kindness to hype myself up. Some nosy customers in the shop started whispering. I looked at her and sneered inwardly. She's finally here. Xiang Qingqing realized she couldn't get traffic with regular methods, so she switched to exploiting others' misfortunes for profit. Just as I was thinking about how to refute her, a loud voice came from the door. Thank you. Thank you for what? Thank you for treating everyone like idiots. Bringing a bunch of fake sons here to scam free meals. Hi everyone, I'm Lao Qi. I'm here to blow the lid off. A major annual drama. The dirty scam behind the so-called great maternal love. The moment Xiang Qingqing saw Lao Ji, her face instantly turned deathly pale. Who are you? Stop spouting nonsense here. Xiang Qingqing's real name is Xiang Xiaofang. She's 32, single, and has no children. None of the kids behind you are biologically related to you at all. They're all child actors rented by the MCN company behind you. Each kid gets 200 yuan per appearance. You exploit the public's sympathy, make up tragic backstories, build a single mom persona, and rake in cash like crazy. Dare you deny it? Every word Lao Ji said made Xiang Qingqing's face look worse. The live stream blew up instantly. Wait, the kids are rented? Oh my god, that's so disgusting. They're taking advantage of our sympathy. I knew it. No real mom would take advantage of people like that with her kids. Xiang Qingqing completely panicked. She pointed at Lao Ji and screamed at the top of her lungs, "You're spitting out lies. This is slander. My kids are right here. They're my own flesh and blood." She tried to grab a little boy next to her, but he flinched away in terror. That kid was the same one, reported in the news from my past life, to have been abused for years and was skin and bones. Lao Ji sneered and played a video. The video showed a haggard-looking woman who was the little boy's biological mother. I admit I rented my kid to their company. They said it was just for shooting videos. They'd pay 200 yuan a day. My family is poor. My kid's dad is sick and needs money for treatment. I had no idea they'd use my kid to scam people. I'm begging you. Give my kid back to me. Please don't call the cops and arrest my kid. Xiang Qingqing's lies were brutally exposed, but her team behind her reacted quickly. The men carrying cameras immediately stepped forward, trying to snatch Laoji's phone. Stop filming right now. You're violating our portrait rights. Turn off the live stream right now, or we'll sue you. Laoji pushed him away hard. I don't care if you sue me or not. I'm warning you, don't touch me, or I'll call the cops and say you assaulted me. Seeing that she had no way out, Xiang Qingqing suddenly started throwing a tantrum on the floor. She sat on the ground wailing, pounding the floor as she cried.
What did I do wrong?
I just wanted to make money. This society is so unfair to women like me. I'm out here working alone in the city. Do you think it's easy for me? You're all bad people. You're ganging up to bully a helpless woman like me. I'm gonna sue you all. I'll ruin all of your reputations. She showed her true ugly colors, acting like a total lunatic. The customers in the shop and the viewers online, watching her terrible performance, were all completely disgusted. And the clips cut from this live stream were also taken by Laoji's clip team, who edited them quickly and pushed them to all platforms like crazy. Tags like internet celebrity harasses kind noodle shop owner quickly took over all the trending lists. The tide of public opinion immediately targeted Xiang Qingqing, and the agency behind her burying them completely. Xiang Qingqing's public image completely collapsed. She went from a well-sympathized great mother to a shameless cheater that everyone hated. Her account got banned. All her brand deals got canceled. The whole internet was condemning her. I saw passerby videos showing her being dragged by her agency staff out of my shop like a dead dog. I smiled happily for the first time since my rebirth. One person is down, but the agency behind her is the bigger threat. Because I remember clearly, even though Xiang Qingqing started the cyberbullying, it was those thugs that beat me to death. I remember their words even if I turned to ash. Mess with our influencer, you're dead meat. Dead! Xiang Qingqing was just a pawn pushed to the front. What's really terrifying is the MCN company behind her that stops at nothing for traffic and even uses criminal gang forces. Now I've not only messed with their influencer, but also destroyed her with my own hands. They will definitely not let me off the hook. Things didn't go as I expected. The MCN company didn't take revenge immediately. The next 2 days were completely peaceful. Xiang Qingqing and her agency seemed to have vanished into thin air. There was no news of them at all. My noodle shop went back to its usual calm. It was even more popular than before. Many citizens admired what I did and came to eat noodles sincerely. No one mentioned the unlimited refills anymore. They paid for the second bowl on their own after finishing one. Uncle Wang also brought the orphanage's thank you letter and receipt and stuck them on the walls solemnly. Everything seemed to be going in a good direction, but the unease in my heart was growing day by day. The calm before the storm is always the most dangerous. I fell into deep anxiety. That night, I closed the shop as usual and was about to leave. An unexpected person showed up at the door. Boss Shen, can we have a chat? Teacher G, what are you doing here? He took a sip of water and said in a deep voice, I came here to warn you. To be careful. My heart skipped a beat. You mean the agency behind Xiang Qingqing? Exactly. I looked into this company, and it's more complicated than I thought. I found some stuff. They don't just incubate internet celebrities. They're also involved in a lot of gray industries, and even some illegal loan businesses. Xiang Qingqing is just a money-making tool they pushed out. Now that this tool is useless, they've suffered heavy losses. They will definitely take revenge. Laoji's words confirmed my guess. Also, I found out one of their company's shareholders, nicknamed Brother Long, has a criminal record. He used to be a gangster and has a bunch of men working for him. Alarm bells were ringing in my head. Could the thugs that beat me to death in my past life be his men? Laoji looked at my pale face and continued, I came here today. First to warn you, second to say goodbye. I'm planning to leave this city for a while. To lay low, they've found my address already. Leave. They've already found out where I live. Someone threw paint on my door last night. My heart sank. Even a fact-checking influencer with millions of fans is being forced to run away. What can a noodle shop owner like me do? Despair washed over me like a tidal wave. Did I come back to life? Just to die at the hands of those scumbags again? No. I will never accept my fate. I looked at Lao Ji and suddenly thought of something. Teacher Ji, you just said they're involved in illegal loans. Yes, I got this news from an informant, but there's no solid evidence. A plan quickly formed in my head. I need a lead that lets the police intervene properly. I looked at Lao Ji, and my resolve was firm. Teacher Ji, I have an idea. Maybe we can take down all of them in one go. But I need your help for this plan. And it's very dangerous. Lao Ji looked at the fire burning in my eyes. He was silent for a moment, then nodded heavily. Go ahead, Boss Shen, what do we do? I've been fact-checking for so many years. I've escaped death multiple times. I've never been scared of anyone. My plan is pretty simple, and super risky too. We'll use ourselves as bait. This is a do-or-die gamble. Take courage as our shield, and passion as our blade. Bet everything on a desperate counterattack. I asked Old G to use his account with millions of followers to post a new video. The video content is further accusations against the talent agency behind Xiang Qingqing. We specifically mentioned their suspected illegal fundraising and violent debt collection practices. I'm sure once the video is released, it'll definitely piss off the talent agency. At the end of the video, Old G will announce that this Friday night, he'll do a live stream at my noodle shop at 8 p.m. and reveal the key evidence he has. Of course, that's a lie. We don't have any so-called key evidence at all. The point of this is to force the agency to make a move. They don't know we're just bluffing. From their point of view, once Old G releases the evidence in the live stream, their company will be completely finished. So they only have one option left. That is, before 8 p.m. on Friday night, shut Old G and me up for good. I already contacted the police ahead of time. I didn't say someone was going to attack me. I reported the case as a victim. I told the police. I got threat calls from the talent agency, and there were suspicious people loitering outside my shop. Combined with Old G's video, I said I was very worried about the personal safety of Old G and myself, and asked the police to send officers to protect us on Friday night. The police accepted my case and said they would take it very seriously. The next 3 days were a long torture. My noodle shop stayed open as usual, but I could feel that in the air. There was an invisible sense of pressure. There were always a few sneaky figures loitering outside the shop. 7 p.m. on Friday night, I saw off the last customer and closed the shop early. Old G came to the shop as agreed. He looked a little nervous, but his eyes were still determined. Boss Shen, is everything ready? I nodded and pointed to the several hidden cameras that had already been set up in the kitchen. Relax, Mr. G. Today we're putting on a good show for them. We sat in the shop, waiting quietly. Time passed minute by minute. It was 7:50. A flurry of messy footsteps came from the alley outside the shop. Old G and I exchanged a look. Our hearts were in our throats. Someone started kicking the rolling shutter violently from outside, making loud banging noises. Open the door, Shen. Get out here right now, you bastard. It was that familiar, vicious voice from my past life. I didn't move. They kicked a few times, and when they got no response from inside, they started prying the door open with a crowbar. The shrill sound of metal scraping sounded extra terrifying in the silent night. Old G's hands had started shaking. But right at that moment, dazzling police lights suddenly lit up at the other end of the alley. Over a dozen police officers rushed out and cornered the group of hooligans who were about to break into the shop. I originally planned to call the police to arrest them, only after they smashed up my shop. How come the police were hiding here so early? The lead police officer walked to the door of my shop. We received a report from the public, saying that gangsters here were about to commit a crime. Officer? I didn't call the police. You didn't call the police. This dispatch is on our leader's order. Just then, Uncle Wang, in a crisp police uniform, walked out from the deep end of the alley. Long time no see, Boss Shen. I looked at the person in front of me. The loiterers are gone. I stared at the imposing Uncle Wang. My brain went blank for a second. Sorry about that, Boss Shen, for keeping this from you for so long. Actually, I'm the captain of the Criminal Investigation Detachment. Wang Bufan. I froze on the spot, trying to process this huge piece of information. The uncle I refill soup and serve noodles to every day, and check in on all the time, turned out to be an undercover criminal police officer. I quickly invited him to sit down in the noodle shop. That MCN company, our police have been watching them for a long time. Their boss was a gangster when he was young. Later, when the internet developed, he opened this company to package internet celebrities. But he still sticks to his old tricks. They don't do porn, gambling, or drugs, but they specialize in illegal online lending and pig butchering scams. They've scammed many young people. So from the night you made that donation, I've been planning for today's operation ever since. Uncle Wang, this is the money I've saved these days. Could you please donate it to the orphanage for me tomorrow? It hit me all of a sudden. I thought it was the plan I made with Lao Ji that drew the police here. Actually, we were the ones who had been brought into the police's plan all along. We were the bait to lure the criminals out of hiding. Uncle Wang and his colleagues, on the other hand, were the hunters who had been lying in wait this whole time? I thought I'd never take down this gang before. I retired? I guess good people get good rewards, huh? Your good deed made you their target. And I just happened to run into that situation. After saying that, Captain Wang was about to leave, and he assured me that I could leave without worry, and he also told all of us firmly to keep an eye on tomorrow morning's news. The next morning, I turned on my phone. Countless news reports confirmed what Officer Wang had said. The criminal gang that had been hiding in the city's shadows was completely wiped out. The ringleader Long Gay and his associates were all arrested. Their charges include organizing a criminal gang, illegal business operations, affray, and many other counts. In the news footage, the 8 rescued children had already returned to their families and were properly resettled. I took a deep breath and pulled open the shop door. The familiar warm hustle and bustle of daily life was still there, but today there was an extra touch of fresh air after the storm. My shop was back to its usual lively self. None of the customers asked extra questions. They just ordered their food quietly, gave a knowing smile after finishing their meal, left the money on the table, and left silently. A young guy just finished a bowl of noodles. "Boss, can I get a refill?" "Of course, as long as you can eat it. I've got unlimited noodles here." "No thanks. Your kindness shouldn't be taken for granted all the time. Good people deserve good rewards." I looked at him and felt a warm rush in my heart. In the evening, Uncle Wang took off his police uniform and turned back into that simple, ordinary old man. He sat in his familiar usual spot. "Boss Shen, the usual for me. A bowl of plain noodles. Extra scallions, please." I carried the noodles over to Uncle Wang and looked at his happy, glowing smile. I was sure that this time, my noodle shop and my life were finally getting a truly bright future. Every bit of effort I put in had turned into light that lit up the road ahead.